Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Master Sri Ramakrishna is about to leave. Master to Vidyasagar, we saw yesterday, the words I have spoken are really superfluous. You know all this. That means whatever Sri Ramakrishna has spoken, you simply are not conscious of it. Means there will be many occasions in our lives that we have done lot of sadhana, spiritual practices, under so many gurus or under something like schooling going on. Just like we, in the early stages of education, we go from one class to the other class, from kindergarten to primary school, high school, middle school. All these variations we pass through. And when we come to the pre-university level, we see we have passed through. Suppose each course has taken a life in our life. Continuous, we are passing through many lives. Suppose in each life, I have known the ideal, I have known the contents, I know where to go, what for I have joined this school. And in one life I could complete only a small portion of my course. Another life, suppose I finished my primary in spiritual life in one life. Another life I might have spent in middle school. Another life I might have spent in high school, or many lives I might have taken. So these variations, each time I have the ideal, the supreme ideal, the ultimate ideal. What is God? How is it? Each life, when we begin the sadhana to begin, to become a sadhaka, some amount of faith, some amount of love, some amount of expansion of consciousness and mind, and also of heart will be there. And it is moving towards the absolute perfection. That is ultimate ideal, ultimate goal. Each time I see the goal and I move. And this life I have come and I am moving. Each life I have seen the ideal, ultimate ideal. I have known what is the Jiva, what is Jagat, what is Ishvara, what is individual soul, what is this universe, what is God, what is personal aspect of God, what is impersonal aspect of God, how God exists in us, what are the ways of realizing God. All this I went on analyzing. But I could, just like I study about Kailas Manasarovar, and every life I can complete only a few kilometers of my journey. But each time I keep the ideal. That way also maybe Vidyasagar to come to this stage of evolution where an avatar, an incarnation of God to come to his door, to speak to him, give him the knowledge, awaken love in him, both for the master, that is Sri Ramakrishna, and also for the spiritual life, and know his own value, know the treasure within him. And all this, he must have done a lot of sadhana in earlier lives. So he says, you know all this earlier itself. Maybe this way, or you are the higher you, independent of the external you. Our normal consciousness, we may not be knowing much. Now, when Guru sees a disciple, Shishya, he sees the spiritual worth, what is inside. He doesn't see what is his behavior, what is his name, what is his parentage. All these things are not at all necessary when we see the value. When Naren comes to, Vivekananda comes to Sri Ramakrishna, he immediately recognizes him. All are thinking him to be an ordinary school, college going boy. But Sri Ramakrishna is having the highest respect for him, highest value of that person. What for he has come? Who is he? How he is seeing only spiritual worth, spiritual value. He is not at all seeing at the external. But Naren himself doesn't know who he is, what for he has come. Similarly, he doesn't know. Our mind cannot reach our inner resources. Our mind cannot reach our spiritual status. I may be darker inside, or I may be brighter inside. How much of brightness I am able to project out of my divinity within? How much of the darkness covering my soul has reduced? This I cannot know. My Guru can know. So, when Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you already know, that is you, independent of this body mind. That's why I began the day before yesterday's class telling how we move. That absolutely independent personality. The waking state person has nothing to do with the dream state person. I'm entirely different. Similarly to the deep sleep, I'm entirely different. No link, no connection except nature taking me from one state to another state. I don't have any independent existence. So when I am going towards so what is my worth? Who will know whom? In waking state, I cannot know what is the dream person I am. I cannot know what is the deep sleep person. When I am in dream state, I cannot know there is a waking state of person that I am. And I don't know there is a deep sleep person, Jagra Swapna Sushupti, Abhimani. There is one person who is not known to me who he is. That much. So I cannot know my own personality independent of what I am in waking state. So the one consciousness that is coming and going, it is passing through. It is becoming the waking person. It is becoming the dreaming person. It is becoming, and the external covers are just playing. Now, this I knows itself. But each time coming to a particular body because of as soon as it touches a particular body, it remains in that awareness. It identifies with that body. In waking state with the physical, in dream state with the subtle, and in the deep sleep with the causal body. I identify totally and experience different states of consciousness. So there also we see, I don't know what is my inner value, what am I? Nothing is known because of the identification. Now Sri Ramakrishna wants to remove these identities, remove these upadhis that I am identifying with it. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you already know what I am telling is superfluous because the inner person knows itself. You may say as you like. Master smiling. Oh yes, there are many wealthy people who do not know the names of their own servants and are even unaware of many of the precious things in their houses. All love. See, these are simple things, simple conversation, which is endearing each other. How God is developing intimacy with the Jiva, you see. He is becoming a normal, ordinary player in the world with beautiful words of developing that intimacy. And this doesn't have much things to do than to express love and to awaken the love in the heart of the just simple conversation. See, there are a few qualities in person, even according to modern psychology, which everyone accepts. One is honesty, humbleness, that is humility, purity, simplicity. These things, anybody, the moment it is childlike simplicity, no assuming, no artificiality. How beautiful it is, you see. These things are always accepted wherever you are, in whatever condition. If you are honest, everyone. If you are humble, humility. Similarly, simplicity. These things will endear everyone. So your childlike behavior, at the same time, full of wisdom of the absolute, the beyond transcendental knowledge. It is flowing through him. There is no ego, but it is flowing. This makes love awaken in the heart of devotee for the Master. This we see how beautifully that relationship, this is how God enters into the Jiva and allows the Jiva to come closer to him. God is already there, but the bondage of love is reinforced at a gross physical level, because I am at the physical level now. Once at physical level it is controlled, because only in physical level the karmas happen. The karmic load, when you are awake in the physical world only, the physical ego and physical self alone are bound by karma. Suppose you do something kick someone in sleep, because of the absence of waking ego, you will not get karma. It will not become karma. In deep sleep also your movements or anything happening will not become karma. So karma is bound, karmic load accumulates only in waking state. So here, if it is purified, here if it is perfected, here if it is the things are cleared, here if his love is awakened, here if he can release himself from the bonds of the material world, it is sufficient. He will reach the perfection. So we see here that a new way of the Lord to endear and make love awaken in the devotee for the Lord is being formulated. Everybody was delighted with the Master's conversation. See, he is not only awakening love, respect, reverence, a kind of devotion. Even only Vidyasagar, everyone who is there is getting the same effect the Vidyasagar is getting. A total acceptance of the Master at all levels of one's own being. Everyone is enjoying, everyone is understanding, everyone means Sri Ramakrishna is giving them the capacity to understand the spiritual secrets and know the realities of life, and also take them, awaken in them the, oh, after going also all these people, I have seen a person who has seen God. That much understanding. I have seen God may not come immediately. It is very difficult to understand God when He comes in physical form. When Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when Rama came to this world, only 12 rishis knew. Thousands of rishis and munis were there at that time, and only a handful of few, the 12 rishis, knew that Rama is the absolute existence, the God impersonal, God personal, who has come in the form of the Rama. For all others, he is great personality of matchless personality, Dasharatha's son. So here, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says how people, ignorant people, think of me and what am I, identifies. Sri Ramakrishna now is entering all hearts of the people who are there. And you can imagine what would be their future lives, what would be their life in this world, the remaining part, what all transformation they may undergo, how he has entered, how he lives, how he grows in their heart. Once you have seen the sun, and wherever you see the sun, after going home, they will be telling the whole history, whole event, what happened, how it was, to many more people. Every house, they will be talking of this. They will be enjoying. So, God is entering at various levels in the various hearts. Now you see, we are sitting and reading that. What Vidyasagar heard, we are hearing again. Hundreds of so many years have passed now. And it is going to be there eternally in this world. Even after 1,000 years, somebody will be reading the same Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna with new. It was just a conversation between Sri Ramakrishna and the Vidyasagar, which happened there. It is not only those people who are benefited. Today we are benefited. We are reading the same thing. We are hearing the same thing. What happened? So he is entering every one of us who is reading this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He is endearing us. He is entering into us. He is making a permanent residence in our hearts to lift us, to take us to the realm beyond, the eternal. Everybody was delighted with the master's conversation. Again addressing Vidyasagar, he said with a smile, "Please visit the temple garden sometime. I mean the garden of Rani Rasmani. It is a charming place." You see, it is Leela Kshetra, where Sri Ramakrishna lived for a long time. A Leela Kshetra, where the divine play was played. Coming there to any Leela Kshetra of the Lord, it is like now going to Vrindavan or Kashi or Ayodhya, where Lord lived and played his Leela, divine play. So, asking them to come, he is enhancing that inner power. He is enhancing, he is awakening. He is telling that Leela Kshetra, he is becoming neutral there because whole universe and the beyond belongs to him. This place is a play. For play, he has come here for a divine play, to awaken spiritual consciousness in this world. You see, each time when you think of Krishna, when you think of Ramakrishna, when you think of any avatar, they are uniting force. It is not simply a power which has come to remove the dirt and do the dharma samsthapana, to give a righteous path, righteousness to man. It is something beyond. It is the whole universe. This to split and live independently is the nature. To split and go away, split and go away. But there is a force which unites and brings together, unites and brings together. When we think of Sri Ramakrishna, you see the nature of man. Each branch that has been given to man, the man has found out. Shankaracharya, Advaita. Advaita got split into two. Dvaita, it got split into two. Any religion you take, Buddhism got split into two. Mahayana, Hinayana. Similarly, Christianity got it split into two. And all are independent. Even a man born in this world thinks of himself as separate from the rest of the things. He is a part and parcel, inseparable. You cannot take out a man and keep outside the universe. It cannot happen. He is intimately related with every atom of this universe, every event of this universe, but thinks himself just that ego that shoots up when the bodily existence appears by that individual soul, individual consciousness identifying with the physical body. You see that a ego shoots up, and that makes the difference. I am different from you. That makes whole universe. I am separate as if I am separate from you. I cannot be separate at any level. Matter is one. As spirit, it is one. At every level, at mind, there is one cosmic mind. We have put the barrier, my mind, your mind. There is one cosmic mind. Similarly, at all levels, you see, you are one with nature. You think yourself. This is delusion. To think of. And this is, at the same time, in the delusion lies the mystery. How the one has become many, and each one is appearing as independent and separate, but there is no separation at all. To realize that, now when we come to this awareness that Lord is making us awaken to that, and He has come to reunite us, make our individual existence one with the cosmic existence, the whole society to become one, all religious separations to become one spiritual existence, one spiritual base, one spiritual ultimate goal, one spiritual culmination of all religions. There are different paths, different ways of climbing to the same summit of spirituality. It came from the same spiritual spirit and matter. Our bodily existence, mental existence, all these various layers of existence are just except love, the source of emotions, the love, pure love, unalloyed love, is the only thing, manifestation of the Atman. All else are external covers that we are putting on. And at every level, Sri Ramakrishna wants unite, 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 become one. At religious level, at the social level, at intellectual level, become one. One mind, one living, one objective in life. So how beautiful it is. So when the Avatara comes, this unification, he expresses these, making them all come together. So here is saying the Rasmanis, the Rasmanika, because everything belongs to him. If he says, come to my garden, where am I now? I am in you only. It is a charming place. Vidyasagar, the same term, charming place, comes at the beginning. Shidhu, while bringing the Master Mahashaya, that is M, the author of there is a charming place and a charming person there. He brings M. Vidyasagar, oh, of course, I shall go. You have so kindly come here to see me, and shall I not return your visit? Master, visit me? Oh, never think of such a thing. Vidyasagar, why, sir? Why do you say that? One of the things is the visit of Master, that is Sri Ramakrishna, God coming to man cannot be returned by man going back to God. He cannot return the visit. He can utilize the visit to become one with him. Never say, why, sir? Why do you say that? May I ask you to explain? Master smiling. See, there is a sense of humility. The Vidyasagar is asking, why, sir? Why do you say that? May I ask you to explain? May I ask you to explain? Master smiling, because Master, he has accepted Master is all-knowing. He is seeing within me like seeing in a glass case. And when he says something, there is a deeper meaning which he is not able to understand. You have told so many things. Why don't you explain this also? Master smiling. You see, we are like small fishing boats. Oh, smile. We are like all small fishing boats. We can ply in small canals and shallow waters and also in big rivers. But you are a ship. You may run aground on the way, all love. How low God comes to play with the devotee, you see. Everything we have to learn. How to remain in that state. See, to be, suppose a devotee is low, God can become lower than him. How always God wants to be lower than his devotee. Express both implicitly and explicitly. He expresses this. He keeps every devotee of his in a higher platform than himself. Hmm. Because God's love has no limits. But you are a ship. You may run aground on the way. All love will continue. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.